The location we chose is Castilla y León of Spain. Castilla y León is the sixth most populated territory in Spain with roughly 2.5 million people. Castilla y León covers approximately 36,000 square miles of Spain, which makes up nearly 20% of the total area of Spain.
Castilla y León was originally inhabited by Celtics who documented the first cultivation of vines in this area in the 1st century, until the Roman Empire invaded in 219 BC. Roman architecture had such a large influence on the area that it actually gave it its name, as Castilla is Spanish for the land of castles, which is fitting because there are about 500 castles across the region. However, the most monumental change from the Roman rule was that it opened up trade across the entire peninsula. Wine exportations skyrocketed, creating what was known as the Golden Age for Spanish wine. The next influential part of their history was the creation of El Camino de Santiago in the 9th century, which is a religious pilgrimage across the region. Many vineyards emerged to support the heavy use of wine for religious purposes by monasteries. And the last main part of this region's wine history is the phylloxera epidemic of the 18th century. Phylloxera destroyed most of the vineyards in Europe, most notably in France, who turned to northern Spain, specifically Toro and Rueda in Castilla y León, to supply wine for the entire country.
Next, I'm going to talk about the varietals grown in Castilla y León. First, we have Mencia. Most Mencia grapes spend some time in oak, which is how the wine that's made from these grapes gain its toasty aromas. Next, we have Tempranillo. Tempranillo is arguably Spain's leading red wine grape. It's a thick-skinned, early ripening variety that marries well with oak influences like toast and vanilla. Third, we have Godello grapes, which come in contact with oak, which is why the wine that is created from these grapes may have a subtle nutty or toasty flavor. And lastly, we have Verdejo grapes, which creates the Verdejo wines, which are characterized by their greenish hues as well as grassy and citrus tasting notes with hints of stone fruit.
The wine region of Castilla y León in Spain has experienced a significant financial impact over the years, particularly in the domain of wine production and tourism. Viticulture has been an important part of the local economy for nearly 2,000 years, with wine production in the region even predating the arrival of the Romans. In the late 20th century, the focus shifted from quantity to quality, which has helped to raise the profile of the region internationally.
For the soil and weather influences, this region experiences continental weather. This means there's extreme seasons, and it gets far below freezing during the wintertime. Daily diurnal temperature shifts, which is the difference between the high and low for the day, are key in these vineyards' production. The drop in temperature at night refreshes the vineyards for the next hot day. This region is located on a vast plateau, which is shielded between two mountain ranges. This results in low rainfall, and the soil is commonly thin and poor quality. However, the soil becomes much richer in minerals near riverbeds, which are plentiful in this region.
Castilla y León is one of the largest of the 17 administrative regions in Spain and the largest region of the European Union. It is the home of more than half of all of Spain's heritage sites. For example, there are 8 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, 400 museums, and 500 castles located here. The most famous red wines of Castilla y León are produced in Toro and Ribera del Duero, which is home to one of the most famous wineries in Spain, Vega Sicilia. This famous winery was founded in 1864 by a Spanish winemaker who planted various grapes from the Bordeaux wine region of France, including Merlot and Cabernet Sauvignon. The St. James Way pilgrim route goes through this region. The Way of St. James was one of the most important Christian pilgrimages during the later Middle Ages, and a pilgrimage route on which a plenary indulgence could be earned.
Some famous wines from Castilla y León include Ribera del Duero, Toro, Rueda, Bierzo, Cigales, and Tierra de León. I included some pictures of these wines and their descriptions as well.